Good evening, I'm Alan Edwin. Tonight we present to you a special program, where we dive into our past and look at life as it once was. This week's brew is from the 1950s. Let's pop the top and take a peek. Hello? Hello? What year is it? Well, 1950, of course. Same as yesterday. Look at that. Just like the bottle says. You mind if we jump in? Well, sure. I don't see why the fuck not. When we look into American history, we often declare it to be of a simpler time, where men were men and women were women, and everyone else kept it to themselves. What's fascinating about diving deep into our nation's roots is the fact that perhaps things weren't all so different as we like to imagine. Yes, there were no iPads, AppleCare, or flying cars, but don't it always seem to go, you don't know what you got till it's gone? They paved paradise and put up a parking lot. Here with me this evening is Michael Mary to further shine a light into our perceptions of the past and hopefully allow us to move ahead by thinking back. Mr. Mary, thank you for having us. Oh, why of course. Anyone care for a smoke? To the best of your abilities, could you please tell us a little bit about your life in the 1950s? Sure. Any of you care for a bump of cocaine? Well, let's see. To me, the 1950s is wonderful, all right? Especially here, under the stars and stripes. Especially here, right? You see, it's over here, we don't have to worry about no stinking krauts roaming our streets. Worse enough, we have a handful of Japs walking freely. That I can stomach. Sure, there's an occasional Negro at the supermarket, but I'll be damned to see a communist monkey share my air, you hear me? I fought in the war, damn it. I put up the good fight. Got me this little house and worked real hard for everything in it. You see, the problem with
I couldn't quite place my finger on it, but I knew there was something he wanted to get off his chest.
But what I don't get is, how can it be considered a hate crime if you love doing it? Now, I admit those Jewy fellas are real good with numbers. That's why I think Truman and the rest of God's children at the White House plan to keep him around. They're smart over there. Smarter than you and I, let's say.
Well, that's a wonderful portrait, Mr. Mary.
From what I understand, family life in the 1950s was of a particular importance. Was it not? Sure, that's right. Goodness, I ought to be the one asking you the questions. What is this, a fucking interrogation?
Is everything alright, Mr. Mary? Do you need some air?
I would love some air. Why don't you and I take a little drive? I'll show you what this quaint little town has to offer. What a real town looks like. Let me just get my driving gloves.
And that's when things got weird.
Mr. Mary, I really do appreciate this fine tour of yours, but wouldn't it make more sense if I didn't have to wear this blindfold? You needn't worry, Alan. Almost there. I'd hate to ruin the surprise.
Greetings. You are now in the presence of the Grand Wizard. What seems to be going on, Michael?
This investigative reporter couldn't stop prying, Gerald. And now I gotta come clean. I'm married to a black woman.
Lakeisha's black?
Not entirely, Gerald. She's only 1/16, but it's transferred to my boy. My boy is black, Gerald. How am I gonna look him in the eye when he knows what I'm a part of?
Jeez, this is a pickle.
Now you see why I've come here. The only way for me to fully accept the situation is to kill the only person who knows my dirty, dark little secret.
What do you think, Mikey? Spiky baseball bat or a good old-fashioned hangy?
Why not both? What do you think, Alan?
I had to think quickly. God only knew what these men were capable of. You take your left foot out, you do the hangy-pangy, and that's what it's all about.
I think judging people by the color of their skin is wrong.
What's going on? Why is he taking out his penis? Hey, stop that. You're peeing all over my television set. What are you doing?
Oh, son of a bitch. There's more where that came from.
Mikey, make him stop! Mikey, he's not stopping!
I'm so sorry, Gerald. This is Alan Edwin signing off. Holy mamma mia, that was a close one. Whew. Good thing I was able to piss on his television. Well, that's all the time we have for this evening. But before we go, I'd like to recite to you a poem sent in by a young boy from Ohio. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, I saw a photo of your grandmother's muff. Good night.